Behind the Red Line, Episode 47, The Acres Homes Killer, Houston's Forgotten Sex Worker Murders. Houston, Texas, 2005 through 2007. In the northwest pocket of the city sits Acres Homes, a quiet, low-income neighborhood known for churches, corner stores, woods, and long stretches of road where the streetlights flicker instead of shine. And during those years, something evil lived in that silence. Women, all vulnerable, all sex workers, all trying to survive, began turning up dead. Dumped in lots, behind churches, inside ditches, left near roadsides as if someone wanted them found, but not cared about. The police called them prostitutes. The newspapers called them bodies. But someone was hunting them, methodically, repeatedly, confidently. Tonight, we investigate the cluster the city tried to ignore. This is the story of the Acres Homes sex worker murders, and the man whose DNA finally cracked the silence. Acres Homes is a historic African-American community in Northwest Houston. Poverty, under-policing, and lack of resources shaped the area. Women doing survival sex work often walked alone at night, on Antoine Drive, West Little York, near empty lots and dim-lit intersections. To predators, this was opportunity. To victims, it was survival. Between 2005 and 2007, at least 7 women connected to sex work disappeared, turned up dead, or were found brutally assaulted in the area. And no one listened until it was too late. May 2006, behind the Willow Meadows Baptist Church Annex, police found the body of 50-year-old Pamela Ann Goss. Pamela struggled with addiction. She was known in the area. She was vulnerable. Her body showed signs of sexual assault and strangulation. For months, her death went nowhere. Another case flagged high-risk lifestyle. Another file pushed aside. What police didn't know was that Pamela's body contained a DNA signature that would eventually crack the case years later. But in 2006, there was only silence. Pamela was not alone. Between 2005 and 2007, bodies continued appearing in and around Acres Homes. All women, all connected to sex work. Lakita Stubblefield, 21, found in 2005. Young, with her entire life ahead of her. Her murder was brutal, strangulation mixed with blunt force trauma. Vanessa Lackey Franklin, 45. Found not long after, left in a ditch near wooded brush, signs of violent assault. Willie Bianca Jones, 18. Just 18. A child. Left behind a building, discarded like trash. Cause of death, strangulation. Jasmine Clark, 21, found in a field, beaten, strangled, no suspects, no forensic follow-up. Patricia Duffy-Garcia, 45, discovered near a roadway, another sex worker, another violent death. Another case dismissed as dangerous lifestyle. An unidentified woman found near Little York. No ID, no name, no family ever came forward. She remains a Jane Doe. These women had no connection to each other, except for where they were killed, how they were killed, and how quickly police brushed their cases aside. Someone was hunting them, someone confident, someone familiar with the area, and no one was looking. The Akers Holmes killings weren't random. When you line up the cases, you see a pattern. All women. All involved in prostitution or survival sex work. All vanished at night. All found within a tight geographic radius. Most strangled. Most sexually assaulted. Most dumped near a church, field, or empty lot. Case after case, the signatures matched. But Houston PD refused to publicly name a serial killer. Why? Because the victims were women society doesn't protect. Women the system expects to die. Women whose cases don't trigger media outrage. It took years for anyone to connect the dots. Then everything changed. In 2009, Houston police ran a backlog of untested rape kits. In one of those kits, tied to a surviving sex worker who was raped but lived, investigators found DNA belonging to a man named Lamarcus Devin McWilliams, a violent offender, a man with a history of sexual assaults, a man known in the Akers Holmes area. When they ran his DNA through old databases, a match came up, a direct hit on the 2006 murder of Pamela Ann Goss. This didn't prove he killed all the women, but it proved someone was hunting sex workers in Akers Holmes. And McWilliams was one of them. Police suddenly reopened several cases. Families demanded answers. Journalists finally started asking questions. But McWilliams denied involvement in anything beyond Pamela. And without more DNA or witnesses, the cluster became a tangle of half-solved murders. The Akers Holmes cluster is a study in neglect. It went cold because victims were sex workers. Police deprioritized their cases. Families lacked resources to fight. Crime scenes weren't processed properly. DNA wasn't tested for years. Witnesses were dismissed. Media didn't care. The area had high crime, making patterns harder to see. Most chillingly, Houston PD admitted that dozens of rape kits tied to sex workers sat untested for years. Some of those kits could have linked other victims to the same predator or predators responsible for the cluster. But the delay meant memories faded. Suspects moved. Evidence rotted, and justice evaporated. The world calls them sex workers. Texas papers called them prostitutes. But these women were more than their circumstances. Pamela Ann Goss was a grandmother. Lakita Stubblefield wanted to go to beauty school. Vanessa Franklin loved cooking. Bianca Jones was still a teenager. Jasmine Clark was described as funny and free-spirited. Patricia Duffy-Garcia was trying to get clean. Jane Doe, whoever she was, had people somewhere who never got answers. All of them had full, complicated lives. All of them had stories. All of them were dismissed because society saw them as disposable. The Acres Homes killings remain one of Houston's most overlooked murder clusters. A suspected serial predator walked those streets. Women died, families grieved, and the city barely blinked. Some cases were solved. Most were not. Some justice arrived. Most never will. But tonight, we say their names. We drag their stories out of the shadows. We refuse to let their deaths be forgotten behind the red line. This was the story of the Acres Homes killer and the women Houston failed to protect.